How did you change with fame? That's a good question. I don't know, Emmanuel. Um, I don't know. It's I think you don't really realize how you change, I guess. It's more people who know how you change. The people who know you before you are famous, or the people who know you years after years, are able to 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 say to you how how you changed, I guess. To give you an example, I'm I have the way I've been raised. I've been raised as a person that respect other people. I've been raised as a person who protects my circle, and I like my circle to be small and to stay small. I respect all, yeah, elders. I I I have all these values that have been given to me in my education, and the more famous I got, the more I held on to these values. I think something that changed by being famous is that I used to really like having people call me back in the days. I used to love being on the phone, and I don't know if it's just getting older or becoming more famous, but I like less receiving phone calls from strangers, or some people that just want to talk to you. I really understand why. That if you love somebody's work, or you love a person, or you like the energy of that person, I understand that you would love to talk with them. And I try to the extent of what is possible, to talk with as much people possible. And this is why I like having my live show, because then it's a possibility for me to be available to people, to answer whatever they want to tell me. And I understand that some conversations are more private, so people want to send you a private message, but I try to keep a balance between I like to keep a balance between public and private life, even if at a point they're just the same thing, because you don't stop being Kaysha. You see what I mean? You don't go from Edward to Kaysha whenever you want. You are Kaysha whenever, right? So I would say that when you have one or two or three people talking to you, you kind of can reply to them. When you receive, on my case, and listen, my fame is nothing compared to Beyonce, Jay-Z, and all these people, right? But at my level, I receive probably every day, I would say 30 to 40 private messages on Instagram only, plus 100 or 200 emails. So there's a lot of spam, there's a lot of interesting stuff, there's a lot of business stuff on the email, but there's also sometimes people asking questions. Then I have to answer to a lot of comments. Then I also have the show. Then I have comments on, a lot of the things I say that comes afterwards. I have comments on my photos. So I try to answer to as much people as possible. And I used to answer to everybody at a point on YouTube, for example, and on Instagram. And it's just that at a point you realize it's not possible. You cannot respond to everybody, and you cannot become. Some people believe that because you respond to them or because you are a sympathetic person. That's what I say. You're just a nice person with people in general, and you respect people. You respect everybody. Some people think that it means that they are your friends, or that they can become your intimate with you. And this is where I have to put the limit sometimes. And when you put the limit, sometimes people can be angry because because you are their artist. They are your fans, or they talk to you on the live, so they believe that you can go after that. When you have at a point when you are on the other side as a famous person, you have to have your own moments, because you cannot spend a day talking to strangers. At a point, you have to take care of your family. At a point, you have to take care of the people that you know for real. At a point, you want to have your phone call with your best friend. And sometimes, yeah, some fans will believe, or some people, or some followers, or they will believe that they are your best friend, or they will decrete that you are their best friend. When for you, it's like, hey, calm down. Like, I know my best friend for 20 years. You see what I mean? So you have to, and sometimes it's hard to navigate this because people can be susceptible. People cannot understand that, and some people, like, you're gonna have all types of people in your fandom. You're gonna have, I think if to answer your question with how did I change with fame, I would say that I learned to protect myself because I met all types of fans, or the people who make you famous. I met all type of them. I met some great people. I met some people who became my friends. I made some people who became my brothers or sisters. I met some people who were psychos. I met some people who were dangerous. I met some people who really believed that we were more than like, because everybody comes for something that is different, and you have to set the boundary for you. And I'm not talking as a I understand that the person who's worshiping you, or who's enjoying your work, or who's really just loving your person, wants to be as near you as possible, or become your friend. But sometimes they overstep, and it's up to you to decide how, when you protect yourself, and when you decide what is your personal space. And sometimes people, because they love you so much, they don't realize that you have there's a limit that they cannot overstep, and sometimes they don't realize it. So it really depends from a person to another. And then you have some people that you have just great conversations with, like, from time to time, and they just send you a message about whatever you're talking about, and it's cool. And you don't feel like they are overstepping, and I believe it's up to you to tell people when it's too much, I guess. And but it's really up to, and listen, I've been in situations where I don't know, somebody sends you a message, you reply, and then just after that they decide that you are friends for real, and you like, no, I'm just responding to your message, I'm cool. And then slowly becomes a big problem, because yeah, you might be talking to somebody who's problematic, and just by being nice, you are enabling a lot of the problems that they have that have nothing to do with you. And now when you don't answer to a message, they become crazy, or they yell at you, or you see what I mean? It's very, because there's so many different interaction. Every interaction is kind of unique, and every person is unique. So when you are not a famous person, you're gonna interact with, I don't know, in a month you're gonna interact with 10 people, 30 people. I don't know. You're gonna interact with people that at your work, your family, the your girlfriend, boyfriend, and and your family. I mean, mother, whatever, brothers. That's it. When you are a famous person, you tend to have to interact with so many people, and you can choose to never reply to the comments or never reply to the messages from people that you don't know personally. But if you like to do it because you like to say thank you, just thank you, or put a heart when somebody says something nice, then it means that if you add the shows, then you actually start interacting with so many people actually, that everybody feels in their own right that they are unique, and they are. But for you, if you meet 1,000 different people in 10 shows, let's say you do 10 shows with 100 people in each show, and in each show you have a little bit of conversation, you take a photo with everybody, yeah, hey, yeah, no, no, you like the show, I'm so happy, oh, I love the show, oh, I love your songs, oh, thank you so much, great, genuine conversation. But after the 10th show, it's been 1,000 people for you. So you don't really remember everybody. You might remember some people, but then they might come 5 years later and say, hey, you remember me? And you're like, I'm not sure. This show, that city, we talk about this. And you're like, and if they realize that you don't remember because it's been 5 years and you did maybe, I don't know, 50 shows per year, or let's say 30 shows per year for 5 years. So that's a lot of shows. That's 150 shows that you did, and if in every show there's 100 people, that's a lot of people, a lot of faces that you've seen, and you cannot remember everybody. And some people, they get vexed, they get angry because you don't remember them, or because you don't give them access to what they believe that they are supposed to have access to. And with fame, you learn that you have to protect that as well.